Hey friends, so welcome to DBC Facebook Live. Dave and I are trying out a new platform, new to us, StreamYard, which I know a lot of you have used before. And it's my understanding that you're going to have to grant access to StreamYard so it actually shows us who you are if you're joining in. So up at the top of this video, there should be a link that you can click. And as soon as you grant access, then your face will show up and we'll be able to show those comments over on the, hopefully we can show those comments over on the screen. We're just messing around and trying this out. So yeah, please do join in. I see Carly. So when I show Carly, does it show? Oh, yay. So it's
Hey, Carly, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in on our little experimental Facebook Live here. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving weekend. Ryan Reed is here. What's up, Ryan? Ryan, just listened to your podcast, the episode with Tisha. So nice job being on the Make Learning Magical podcast. That was awesome. I'm looking forward to joining you on your show sometime coming up soon. I think we have a podcast date maybe in our future that I'm looking forward to. So super cool to see you in here. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to everybody. Hopefully you've taken this time to relax, chill, unwind, recharge those batteries for the big push before the holidays and all that. So it's great to see everybody.
Yeah, so great. So Dave, I thought we could do something fun. Maybe we can just like ask people what's an exciting thing that's happened to them this week. And maybe we each can share something that happened to us in the last week. Just chat around. I want to see how these comments are looking. So far, it looks like every time someone's commenting, then our names disappears. That's kind of good to see. And it also looks like everyone here has already accepted with StreamYard, allowed them to have access to your Facebook picture. Because I think apparently if you don't do that, for some reason, it'll just say Facebook user and it won't tell us who is making those comments. So we definitely want that because we love showing those comments across the screen. So Dave, anything exciting happened in last week that you'd like to share?
Well, first of all, Facebook user, we don't want that. That sounds kind of shady. We want the actual name in Facebook. First, Facebook user sounds kind of bot-like, anonymous. I don't know. So make sure you click that accept on there. Well, I'll tell you something that's exciting. We got hey, Tisha's here. Hey, Tisha, I was just talking about Make Learning Magical podcast because Ryan's here and was just complimenting Ryan on his episode with you. And I see you dropped a new episode with Rochelle. And I'm about 10 minutes into the episode with Rochelle right now, Tisha. So always good to see you dropping new episodes. And rumor has it, Tara, that maybe a new episode is dropping on the your Be Real podcast on the journey. So maybe you want to share that with us too. But before you do, I want to tell you that later today, Tara is going to be going live with 4 authors all on here at one time because the rush was on. ISTE 20 starts today. We needed to get this book dropped and we hit it right on target and we're able to drop the esports education playbook today. And so there's going to be a book birthday party for the esports book, which is an incredible growing field right now. People are excited about esports. And, so we're super happy to be dropping this book. So today, 4:30 Central, that's when the book birthday is going to be for this book right here. So that's my big exciting thing for the day. Tara, what do you got coming up on the podcast?
So coming up on the podcast, we have a Nick Roke. I never know how to say her last name. Roche.
Yeah, Roke. Yeah.
Roche. I think it's with a hard K. I do say her first name right though now, Nick. And it is fantastic. I think I love all of my episodes. I always say they're always my favorite. But it's okay if everyone's my favorite, right? It's okay. My teachers used to make everyone feel like favorites. So the best ones always do, right? And so I think you're really going to enjoy this podcast if you're a teacher out there and you are struggling with all kinds of thoughts, dealing with all the things that we're dealing with. I think Anik just really keeps it real. And she has just a beautiful way of making everyone feel like, one, your feelings are validated, but then also that, we're going to make it, I love just all the different pieces of her journey. And for one, she is a mom of 4 kids, 2 twins. They're all like elementary age. And she does all of the things. She's presenting, she's blogging, she's writing, she's teaching littles. She has 4 little people at home, and they're in hockey, they're in everything. And so to me, she's just like a great example of just keeping it real and understanding your limitations. And she talks a little bit about her running journey and how that's really helped her mentally, physically. I think you're really going to enjoy this episode. I'm super excited about it. It'll be coming out tomorrow, so be on the list.
Real Journey Show. Let's go. That's going to be a great episode. I can't wait to hear it. And she is running quite a bit. Completed a half marathon recently, and then I saw just traipsing through the snow and ice. Did the turkey trot yesterday. And so that's going to be fun. How you doing? Did I see Karen joining us all the way from Australia? I think I saw Karen pop in here too.
Yes, before school, she said.
Thanks for joining. Yes, you're right, Tisha. She is amazing. And so that's going to be fantastic. And what else do we got going on here? So you know what? Also at ISTE 20, we have another new set of authors. And that is Christine Pinto and Jessica Labar Toomey, and that is with the Innovating Play. So if you are early primary, K1, 2, that area right there, and you're interested in how just incredibly creative ways to use ed tech with your kids and really incorporate that play into the classroom, Innovating Play is fantastic. So they're presenting today actually at ISTE. I think their session might have just finished, in fact. But so this is coming out, and then of course we have, like I said, the Esports Playbook. Join us 4:30 Central to hear all about this. And Tara, there's a rumor.
There's a rumor. And the ed tech coaches, I think they're also going to be in ISTE.
Okay, so we got Adam and Kat, who's a complete ed tech coach, which is a fantastic. But ed tech coaching never been more important, and so make sure you catch that. And there's also a rumor out there that maybe you have an ISTE session. And so tell us about what you got going on with ISTE.
Yeah, so I'll be presenting on Saturday. And on Saturday, we'll be talking book snap. So my session is called a snapshot. I've never tried a snapshot before, but I'm excited about it. So there's 2 of us in the same strand of ISTE standards that are grouped together. We have a 45-minute session. So I'll present for 20 minutes. She'll present for 20 minutes. We have a 5-minute question answer. I'm really excited about this session. It's a different style than I've done before. The same topic I've presented, but honing it down and getting it down in 20 minutes and not going over because my partner is going to be relying on me. That's always fun and challenging. But I also think the coolest thing about these snapshot sessions is like 2 for 1. So you get in there, maybe you just come for her session, you just come for book snaps, but then you come out with these 2 great ideas and you get to mesh them together. Plus you get to ask question and answers. And the ISTE platform, if you haven't seen it yet, it just went live today. So if you're a participant, you might have participated in some of the sessions, but it is dynamic. Like, it is so cool. I sat through an hour training on how to use it for my presentation. It can do so many cool things. It's so interactive. And I feel like that's a different kind of experience. I presented at ISTE ever since I've been a connected educator. So my very first presentation, crazy enough, was at ISTE. And each year, you know, I've always felt like that after time when I got to visit with the participants was always so super special to me, but always really long lines and really hard to get to everyone. And so this way, it's so cool because it seems like much more interactive. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people, but it's kind of like doing what Dave and I are doing right now, where we can comment on these things over on the side. We have a moderator who is also answering questions too, because they have like links to all of our resources. So they're constantly sending links out the whole time. It's just like a really cool experience. So if you're not signed up for ISTE Live, sorry. But if they do this again next year, you totally should, because it is dynamic. It's the best platform I've seen as far as virtual presentations yet.
Oh, that's super exciting. You know, I was just thinking when you're talking about virtual, another thing that's coming up soon is Matt Miller runs his Ditch Summit. And Ditch Summit has a fantastic lineup of speakers this year. And so if you haven't signed up for Ditch Summit yet with Matt Miller, make sure you get over there, sign up. That's starting in just a week or so, maybe a couple weeks. So on your winter holidays, You'll be able to get pajama PD. So you'll be able to get out of bed, get your coffee, stay in your pajamas, and get amazing professional development and connect with some fantastic educators. And so make sure you get signed up for Ditch Summit too. That's another thing that's on the horizon coming up. And we're pretty excited to help support Matt with that.
Yeah, the greatest thing about these PDs too, even with ISTE, I think our videos are staying up for 6 weeks or something after. It's going to be up for a long time. So if you're registered, you can watch them at any time. You don't have to actually be live. So that's kind of cool too. But the same with Matt's. He leaves his up over extra time. And so you don't have to watch them live. Like you can literally just watch them when it's convenient for you, in your jammy, snuggled up with hot tea. And I think that's the best kind of learning, when you just can control when it happens, when the kids are in bed, or whatever it is that works well for you.
Yeah, I see Lisa and Tish both pumping up Ditch Summit. Looking forward to Ditch Summit. That's awesome. And I don't know if he's doing it this year, but one of the things that he sometimes does is he opens up previous Ditch Summits and makes those videos available. If he does that, make sure you take advantage of it. If there was a year or a session of Ditch Summit you didn't catch, make sure you go back and catch it. I would love, in the first year of Ditch Summit, I did a session with Matt. And so if you haven't had a chance to see that, I would love for you to tune in. I can't even remember what I talked about, but hopefully you enjoy it if you go check it out. And so, or maybe there's some stuff maybe that didn't hit with you back then, but now that with the blended and with the remote and distance learning, maybe you want to go back and catch some of those speakers and pick up some tips about incorporating ed tech into what you're doing now that we're all in this kind of crazy situation.
Definitely. So many cool things. So much cool PD happening too. And not just that, there's some great books. So if you're just out there and you don't really want to watch videos, you don't really want to learn that way. I mean, we're putting out some great books right before the holidays. We've released so many in the last, I feel like I've been doing book birthdays every day, but it's probably every 4 days or 5 days. But we have a lot of great stuff coming out. So I think there's something out there for everyone. I mean, even if you're just looking for something inspirational, Saving Sycamore is a great one. If you're like, man, I just don't want to sit down and learn, I really just kind of want to be inspired, check out some of our other books in the, we have multiple different sections in the DBC Inc. bookstore. I'll drop that over in the comments. And there's something for everyone, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That you don't have to, like, you don't necessarily have to just keep learning on your break. You can take a break and just chill out. But there's some books there for chilling out too. A Passion for Kindness is a great one too for chilling out. I think it's a great way just to remind us of all the little things we can do to brighten people's day. Tamara Letter does a fantastic job of sharing those ideas in that one too.
Yeah, and if you think about the real need for a focus on intentional self-care, you can't go wrong with the Zen teacher and sanctuaries from Dan Jericho, who I used to teach with at West Hills High School. And we've also had some cool projects come out recently. So a lot of times our projects tend to be kind of for every teacher in the building, but recently we've kind of branched out and said, hey, maybe we'll tackle some more tightly targeted topics. And one of the ones that recently came out, if you are a music teacher, if you are choir, if you are band, if you are anything like that, or if you have teachers in your system that are looking to be more innovative and creative with the music program, we have Pass the Baton. And this book by Teresa and Catherine is fantastic. We just had them on a book birthday recently, found out they met during an iMOOC. So during one of the Innovators Mindset iMOOCs, they met online and then connected and through social media. And then next thing you know, they're writing a book together. And so we have a book that's specially made for music teachers. And the other thing is a fantastic leadership book, Principal Ed. So this book right here has been greatly received so far. The feedback has been amazing. Again, it has a kind of a good mix of both professional development, but also self-care. Reminds me a little bit of Balance Like a Pirate in the fact that it's all about how you can manage all these different things of your job and still stay sane and still have a life. So Principal Ed is another book that just recently came out. So it kind of put a highlight on a couple of those too.
Yeah, super cool. And that book is still holding steady at #1. And John Hattie, didn't John Hattie endorse it? Yeah. It's like amazing. Like who else can say that about their book? Not many people, I don't think. Yeah, there's just something for everyone. I feel like I dropped the link over in the bookstore link over in the comments. But yeah, if you look further down, so if you're looking for teacher resources, DBC Inc. is the place to go. But you're looking for inspiration, professional growth, or personal development. That section is so amazing. Fight Song by Kim Bearden, hands down, one of my favorite books. I love that book so much. Also, another one that released this summer that we haven't really talked about as much is Teachers of Oz. So good, written by Herbie and Nathan Rad. It's just amazing. So many good books. We really just have so many. It's kind of hard to always highlight all of them because they're really, how many books do we have now? 127.
Tons, yeah. Well, and I mean, think about like if you were to put together just some of the amazing women educators that we've published just in the last several months, like if you were to put together, say, a self-care package, an inspiration package, and you put together Fight Song by Kim Bearden, you put Jill Seiler's Thrive Through the Five, and then you dropped in Principal Ed into that group right there. And I mean, you would be set. If you read those over the holidays, you'd be ready to hit 2021 in a sprint. You're ready to go. Like, I would love that. That's like a great 3-pack of books, all amazing women educators, published by DBC. And so that's possible. And just coming out of Thanksgiving, I was thinking about the fact that, there's kind of a movement to teach Thanksgiving in a little non-traditional way and to change up some of the ways that we celebrate some of these cultural holidays and things like that and be more culturally responsive. And so Unpack Your Impact. If you haven't read Unpack Your Impact yet, and you're headed, you just had Thanksgiving, you're headed into the holidays, and you're looking for ways to do social studies in a culturally responsive way, Naomi and Lanisha just knocked it out of the ballpark with Unpack Your Impact. So that's another one that I would highly recommend.
Yeah, there's just so much good. I mean, we could talk DBC books for days because there are just so many good ones. And like I said, on our website, I know you guys have seen this before, but I want to try this feature out while we're doing this, Dave. So we're about to try something. Let's hope we don't lose everyone. But I'm going to try it. Like you're supposed to be able to share the screen at the same time. Both of us are up. So I'm going to try it. Share my screen.
I'm filled with fear.
Don't show these tips again. Okay, let's see. This could be dangerous, but we're going to try it. Yeah, that looks pretty messy. Let's try this. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. I can't see you guys anymore, but yeah, I don't think I can do that. Okay. So I need to click on this. No, not my calendar. Where did it go? Okay. I'm glad we're practicing.
Don't let everybody see how busy you are.
No, let's not look at my calendar. It's scary. Okay, can you see that still?
Yep.
You see the bookstore? Dave, can you see the bookstore?
I did.
Okay, fantastic. So I was going to say on here, I know you guys have probably seen this before, but if you click on a book, so some of the ones we were just talking about, let's go to, which one should we go to? Let's go to any of these, actually. We just talked about A Passion for Kindness. So if you go to this one, you can not only see all of these great things, so you can see everything you see on Amazon. You could also buy from here. But as you click down, you will see like a video from the author. A lot of them have a video from the author telling the audience a little bit about their book and what they hope you gain from it. And then if you scroll down just a little bit further, you can actually preview our books for free. So if you're thinking, oh man, I don't know which one I want to read, there's so many good ones. You can go down here and just preview the first little bit of it, first couple of chapters, and see if this is the one you want. If this is the one you want, then you just scroll back up and buy it. So that's a pretty cool feature. Another thing we have too is book studies. I know a lot of us will lead like these little book studies. We'll have people gather around for coffee and we talk books if you're an ultimate nerd like me. Well, A Passion for Kindness also has a book study. So you just go to our book studies page and then you click this and you can find questions. So even if you're just gathering over coffee, you could click these little game cards, cut them out, put them on your table, and just draw a card and just start chatting about different pieces of the book. And so there's 4 different sets of questions for each book on these book studies. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with our books, and you don't necessarily have to have to let's just stop sharing screen, have to wonder, like, I wonder if this book is going to be right for me. There's a lot of ways to check it out before you ever buy it.
The other thing with those book studies, Tara, you created a lot of you have slides, so if people want to project those slides,
Yes.
if you're for the whole group, you can do that. So there's slides, and then Tara did a great job of creating some creative, kind of fun ways to have book study activities, and trains you right up on the website there how to conduct those book study activities and things with dice and all kinds of cool stuff like that. And so there's lots of different stuff on the book study page. And the other thing that's kind of new on our website that I wanted to highlight is we took a page where we curated podcasts. So DBC Inc. authors who have podcasts, we have a page now on the site where we listed and put all those podcasts. You can link and click right to them and go to the podcast. And Tara's going to pop it up for you right now and show you. There you go. And so it shows a little graphic for each podcast, and it has a description of each podcast and shows you how you can go there and listen to episodes or subscribe. And so that's going to be something we're building out. So right now we have an initial set of our authors that have podcasts, but we're going to build that out as more people submit their podcast to us. And rumor has it that there's going to be a new podcast in that list in 2021.
Yeah.
And, that's going to be mine. So I can't wait to start that.
We are really ready for that too. Cannot wait. I'm really excited about that page. We do have, I think Amber sent in her podcast information this weekend, so I need to get hers up tomorrow. So we just have a bunch of new authors too. Maybe their book hasn't even come out just yet, but anybody who is published by DBC Inc. that hosts a podcast, not if they've been on a podcast, because we have a lot of authors on a lot of podcasts out there, but for those that are hosting a podcast, they'll be and they want their information displayed on that page, they'll be there. So it's just like a curated, it's kind of like your playlist. It can be your customized playlist if you're looking for some good ones and you want to tune in. Some of them, I know Todd's, I got to be on his show. And so his is so cool because it's always 20 minutes. So kind of you get a feel for what plugs into your day too, as you are checking out those podcasts. His are always 20 to 30 minutes. Mine are usually like 45 an hour. Some of them, just depending, like, so I'm gonna go for an hour run, I want to choose this one. And if I'm going to do a short workout, I'm gonna do this one, or just whatever you have time for. So hopefully that helps you guys out a little bit. Yeah, Lisa, I'm with you. About time on Dave starting a podcast, right? We've been trying to for like ever.
The other thing, when you go to that podcast page, if you haven't heard my episode on the new EDU with Hope and Wade King, so it's a good episode. I think that we hit some topics which were very applicable for a lot of people, like how to deal with colleagues who maybe aren't so excited about what you're excited about. Maybe there's some toxicity in your system. And so we talked about that and a few other things as well, how to change the culture of a school. And so that's on the new EDU with Hope and Wade. I just did a podcast a couple weeks ago on there. So make sure you pop in there and check out that. And so I see that Lisa Tobin's on here. Lisa, congratulations on your Teacher Fit Turkey Trot. I saw that you got your 10K in there as well. So that's awesome. So Lisa, you just finished the new EDU podcast. I hope that's maybe what you're talking about. Hopefully you enjoyed it and got something out of that.
And then Nick joined us too. We were chatting about you earlier, so you'll have to watch the beginning of the show.
we were shouting you out. We were talking about your upcoming episode on the Real Journey show.
Yep.
And about your half marathon and your 10K through the ice and snow. And so make sure you're
admiring your awesomeness for sure. Well, Dave, I think we have some content here. We've tried out the different features I wanted to try out before we go live on 4:00. So thanks all y'all for joining us just for chatting it up and as a trial run. It sounds like we know how to share the screen kind of ish. I probably need to work on that a little bit better on those transitions. But
I might have given the wrong time earlier. So it's 4:00 Central. Is that right?
Yes. 4:00 Central.
4 Central. Book birthday for the esports education playbook. Okay. What do we think about this cover? Oh my God.
So legit. I had so much fun with the graphics on this book. Oh my gosh. It just pops. It looks like it's like all lit up. And yeah, I'm excited to talk to the authors, mostly because I too don't know a ton about esports. So I'm excited to learn from them as well. And yeah, so join us at 4. Hopefully you'll join in, tune in. If you have any friends that are interested in esports for education, they haven't really dove into it yet. They're not really sure what it's all about. Tune in. It'll be 20, 30 minutes and we get to talk to the authors. And I too love book birthdays. It's so fun and so exciting. And these authors are crushing it out there. So we had to get, so funny little tip. We had to get a different program because there are 4 of them and we could only present 4 people on the screen on our Be Live. So I'm like, Dave, you think we should just can them all in and try StreamYard? You remember at the beginning of the summer, I just wasn't sure this whole live thing was for us. But it turns out you guys have made it so fun. I love it. We love it. Our audience loves it. So now the coolest thing about this, which I know half the world is already using StreamYard, but we weren't yet, it streams to 2 places at one time. So right now it'll stream to lots more, but we're streaming only to 2, Facebook and YouTube. So the greatest thing is if you want to go share that YouTube link with your friends, you can literally just click the link and send it over, or the Facebook one. It's kind of cool. I'm excited.
The bad news is that I'm kind of enjoying these and you're kind of enjoying these. So I have a feeling that they're going to have to put up with us more often. We might just be doing some impromptu Facebook Lives more often. I think that sounds fun.
You know, that one that we did that was so random, we had no plans. It's like been one of our most views on here. So maybe it's not such a bad thing. Just Dave and Tara chatting it up, especially over the Christmas holidays. You might get bored and just jump on here.
I have an update if you want to hear one from the Burgess house.
Do it.
So this is going to be right up your alley, Tara.
Okay.
And so here's the deal. You know how hard it is during the pandemic to buy fitness equipment. It's almost impossible to buy fitness equipment without having like 3 months of a shipment or something like this. And my son is home from college and he's like, Dad, like the gyms are closed. We have to like get our setup all, improved. And so I've been going to all these secondhand places and Craigslist and all these kind of things looking for fitness. And so just this weekend, over Thanksgiving weekend, it was actually Thanksgiving Day, I found a set of Olympic plates, Rogue plates for you CrossFit people out there. And we hopped in a car with an envelope of cash because we wouldn't accept anything but cash, and drove about 25 minutes, and guy popped open his garage and a whole new set of Olympic plates. Cash got exchanged. And so now we have a Rogue Olympic plates out in the garage. So now we can get our squat rack cage and all that, and we're going to be set to go.
Look at y'all. Y'all are killing it. Rogue plates, man, those are like gold. Our gym has been trying to get some new ones because some of ours have broken and like have been on back order forever. We finally, I told you the other day, our plates came in. They're not Rogue. We had to go off brand, which is terrible. But they're working. We ordered them at the beginning of the pandemic. They just came in like a month ago. It's crazy.
Hey, Jeb. Hey, Jay Billy. Glad to see you pop in here. Good to see you. And so the garage, the garage system is getting bigger and bigger. So I'm just saying that I'm going to be looking more and more fit on these Facebook Lives because
that's what I'm talking about.
The Rogue plates are in, the bar is in, the bench is in. Just need the cage now and be out there getting huge in the garage.
It's game on now. It's game on.
Not too huge because I want to be able to run. So
yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of both, but it's game on now because it not only. I think Lisa said Pirate Talk with Dave and T. It could be Fitness Talk with Dave and T. We just like jump on here and just talk about whatever.
I saw online, by the way, that Lisa just upgraded her shoes to a Christmas edition of Brooks running shoes. And so you got to check those out. And I saw a little comment in there that she just pretended she didn't know how that happened when her husband brought the box in. But for some reason, sometimes shoes just arrive at the house. That happens, last year, some snowman shoes arrived at our house. I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden the Brooks snowman shoes arrived at the house. And so I have, and Shelly too, we have Brooks snowman running shoes. I have some green ones coming. That's kind of winter holidays. So I have some new shoes coming soon too.
Green is my favorite. Did anyone see that, for any of the CrossFitters out there, which I'm not sure there's any, but if there is, they had a Wonder Woman edition of the Nanos, the Reebok Nanos. I wanted them so bad they sold out within 10 minutes. They were legit too. I was like, oh man. Caleb's like, Mom, you have to be on top of that stuff. Like if you want something, my son, he's like, when it drops, you got to set the alarm like 5 minutes before it drops, then get on the site and get it in your cart.
That's the second Wonder Woman reference I've heard today, because I was listening to Rochelle on Make Learning Magical with Tisha, and Tisha was calling Rochelle Wonder Woman, and Rochelle was saying, that's why I love Wonder Woman. That's fantastic. So, yeah, and I see a handstand contest between me and you is being recommended. I am absolutely 100% completely out.
Come on.
I concede to you 100%. I cannot compete with you with the handstands. I watched your story today, and those are getting better and better. And so that's it. I'm out.
They're getting longer. If I could just, well, if it would meant us trying it with no wall, I would be out too. I'm not there yet, but Dave, maybe. I mean, once you start all that Olympic lifting, next thing you know, you're going to be standing on your hands.
Lisa's right. Just buy the dang shoes. That's right.
Exactly. Always.
You know, you've been looking at those shoes. You know, you've been wanting those shoes. Just buy the shoes.
We're a bad influence. All right, friends. Well, we are going to go live for real. I mean, we're live for real right now, but we're going to really go live with content besides us chatting it up in 45 minutes. So do join us. Please do. This is, if you're listening to this on the playback, so 45 minutes on 11/29/20 for the book birthday of Esports Playbook and for education. So we're really, really excited about this. And we are just excited for you all to ask questions. So join in if you have questions. This is the kind of a topic that a lot of people do have questions about. Ask them. We will be talking to 4 authors who know everything about it. So in my opinion, they know everything. They wrote a book about it, so they surely do. So jump on there, ask some questions. Remember, in the other lives, all the comments are entered to win a free DBC Inc. book of choice on the book birthday days. So that's a great thing too, because you just enter a comment, add a question, and get it answered, and who knows, you could be the next winner of one of those books that we've been talking about, or the esports book, if that's something you're wanting. You want to close this out, Dave?
Let's close this out. Hey, happy Thanksgiving weekend to all of you in the States. Everyone else is watching. For everyone else, happy weekend. Hopefully you've taken some time again to relax, recharge, and be ready for that final push before the winter holidays. We appreciate everything that you're doing for kids. Thank you so much for joining us today. And hopefully we'll join you more often like this, just some random shows here and there to chit chat about whatever's happening in the world. And I hope to see you at the book birthday in just a little bit.
Bye, everyone.